Today we're diving into one of the absolute cornerstones of Western literature, Oedipus the King. But look, don't think of this as some dusty old play. You've got to think of it like the original tragic detective story. I mean, we're talking about a 2,500-year-old cold case where the detective, the victim, and the killer are all the same person. So let's grab our magnifying glasses and unravel this thing piece by tragic piece.
Right off the bat, the story hits us with this deeply unsettling idea. Just imagine this for a second. What if the hero, the one person trying to solve a horrible crime, was actually, without knowing it, the very criminal he's hunting? That's the mind-bending paradox at the heart of Oedipus. And honestly, it's what makes this story so unbelievably powerful.
All right, so our story kicks off in a city that is totally on its knees, and it's got a king who is absolutely convinced he can save it. This is where the investigation, and the whole tragedy really, gets its start. So the city of Thebes is in a total state of crisis. We're talking about a plague that's just tearing through everything. People, crops, livestock, you name it. The citizens are completely desperate, so naturally they turn to their king, Oedipus. I mean, this is the guy who saved them once before by solving the riddle of the Sphinx. He's their hero, and they need him to do it again.
Oedipus, being proactive, has already sent his brother-in-law Creon to the oracle at Delphi for answers. And this is the message he brings back. The city is cursed because the old king's murderer is still walking around free. So Oedipus, our hero, stands before everyone and makes this huge public vow. He will find this killer, no matter what. And right there, Sophocles, the playwright, sets the most perfect trap. It's what we call dramatic irony. We, the audience, know he just promised to hunt himself down. He has no clue. And that gap between what we know and what he doesn't, that's where all the suspense comes from.
So, the manhunt is on. Oedipus launches this massive investigation, calling for witnesses, demanding any information anyone has. But here's the thing. This isn't your typical whodunit. Oedipus thinks he's searching for some enemy out there, but every clue he finds is really just another step on this terrifying journey inward, chipping away at the very man he thinks he is.
Okay, so let's get our cast of characters straight. First, you've got Oedipus, our proud, relentless detective king. Then there's Jocasta, his wife, the queen. She's trying to calm him down, but she's unknowingly holding all the secrets to his downfall. We've also got Creon, his loyal right-hand man, who's about to get accused of treason. And, so importantly, there's Tiresias, the blind prophet who literally sees the truth better than anyone. And watching it all from the side? That's the chorus, kind of like the voice of the city, reacting to the horror as it happens. And this brings us to one of the most brilliant themes in the whole play. It's this incredible irony, right? Oedipus, the king, can physically see, but he is completely blind to who he really is. And then you have Tiresias, who can't see a thing, but he has this terrifying insight. He knows the whole ugly truth. It's this amazing showdown between sight and insight, and the guy who can see everything is the very last one to figure it out.
So Oedipus summons Tiresias, hoping he'll name the killer. But the old prophet does not want to talk. Oedipus pushes him until finally, Tiresias just drops this absolute bombshell. And Oedipus's reaction? Total denial. He doesn't believe it for a second. His pride, what the Greeks called hubris, is so massive he just can't even process it. He immediately thinks it's a conspiracy, that Creon and Tiresias are plotting to steal his throne. And he furiously sends away the one person who's actually telling him the truth. So with that accusation just hanging in the air, things start to fall apart. And they fall apart fast. This is the part of the story where every thread Oedipus pulls just leads him deeper and deeper into a truth he never wanted to find.
The way it all collapses is just terrifyingly logical. First, a messenger shows up trying to give him good news and accidentally reveals that Oedipus was adopted. Boom. That jogs his memory of a horrible prophecy he's been running from his whole life. Then, that memory brings up another one, a fight at a crossroads, where he killed some nobleman in a chariot. Then, Jocasta, trying to prove prophecies are bunk, mentions how her old husband, King Laius, was killed, and the details are a perfect match, and in that one instant, it all just clicks into place. The unthinkable is undeniable. He fulfilled the prophecy. Every single step he took to escape his fate was just a step that led him right to it.
So, the truth is out. The mystery is solved. But this isn't a happy ending. This is a tragedy, and finding the truth brings nothing but complete and utter devastation. As soon as Jocasta understands the full picture, that she's married her own son and had his children, it's just too much. The horror is unbearable.
She runs into the palace and she takes her own life. And Oedipus, when he finds Jocasta's body, he's just destroyed by grief and disgust. He takes the pins from her dress and, in this fit of absolute agony, he gouges out his own eyes. He screams that his eyes, which saw everything but understood nothing, don't deserve to see the light of day ever again. Now, all of this brutal, intense climax, it's all designed to create something the Greeks called catharsis. The idea is that by watching this great man fall so far, so hard, we in the audience get to experience this purging of our own pity and fear. It's like a deep emotional cleansing, and it's what Greek tragedy is all about.
So why? Why do we keep coming back to this incredibly dark story after 2.5 millennia? Well, it's because the questions it asks about who we are, about being human, are just as urgent and powerful today as they were back then.
I mean, think about the huge questions this play leaves us with. The whole battle of fate versus free will. Did Oedipus ever really have a choice? Or did every decision he made just push him closer to his doom? And what about knowledge versus ignorance? Is it always better to know the painful truth? It makes you question guilt, too. Can you really be held responsible for something you had no idea you were doing? It's a heavy reminder that even the most powerful people can't escape the bigger forces at play in the universe.
And that really brings us to the final question the play leaves hanging in the air for us. Oedipus's desperate search for the truth absolutely destroyed him. So what would you do? Would you be like him and demand to know the truth, no matter how much it hurts? Or would you maybe choose to stay in the dark? It's a choice between knowledge and happiness, and well, there's really no easy answer to that one.